Today we're answering the question of when is a marriage too far gone? My name is Lee Balcom and I'm the Internet's leading marriage expert. Today that question, from my perspective, is very easy to answer, and I'll tell you why it's so easy for me to answer. I've seen so many couples where they have come back from the very edge of disaster and had a very successful marriage, but it's real easy for me to say when not to say when it's too far gone, and one is when there is abuse. I always put that as a disclaimer. I do not think that people who are in abusive relationships should save their marriage. But after that, it's when the divorce is final. I mean, that's kind of where I draw the line, that when it's over because the divorce is done and people go their separate ways, except for I've seen many couples that came back together even after the divorce. But practically speaking, when the divorce is final, when there just is nothing else that can be done, that's when you call it quits. Now, really, what I'm thinking is that in reality, it's when you both decide it is over and both of you refuse to work on it. Understand, I said both of you decide when to work on it, because one of you can continue to work on it. That doesn't mean it's over just because one person says it's over. It does mean you have to be a little more careful and a little less reactive and find some different ways of trying to intervene in your own marriage, but a marriage can't be saved. In fact, I would say the majority of marriages that I see come towards me, find my ebook, find my material, are really where one has given up completely. In fact, the subtitle of my book is Even If Only You Want It. Even if only one of you wants to save the marriage. If both people want to save the marriage, there's not an issue. If only one person wants to save the marriage, that's when you have to find some creative ways of doing it. If both of you give up, it's over. Unfortunately, no-fault divorces in most of the states, I think in all the states right now, there are some who are trying to change that, but practically speaking, one person can decide to end a relationship, and I understand that. So at some point, one person can want to save the marriage and the other person refuse to do that and continue to move on, and there be a divorce. And unfortunate, because there really is no recourse to that. And there's some of us who are still trying to get that change, but that right now is where we are. No fault runs the states, runs the divorce court. So the real question is this one: are you ready to quit? If you're ready to quit and your spouse has already given up, then it's over. If you're not ready to quit, remember what Churchill said. He said, never, never, never give up. You can turn a marriage around even if your spouse says, I don't want any part of this, I don't want to work on this. There are things you can do, and if you're interested in finding out what you can do, I would urge you to go now to www.savethemarriage.com. That's www.savethemarriage.com. Continue watching these videos and continue, and maybe even sign up for the free e-course there at www.savethemarriage.com. Take advantage of some of the information that's out there to help you save your marriage, even if you're the only one that wants to.